Herbivore. Herbivore.
Good morning, vegan man and woman and non-binary person. How are we doing? Let's get comfy next to my chimp. Richard Benham, you win the internet for today. Morning to you. Jules G, recent video was sick. Thank you kindly. Yeah, I did a Jason Blaha response. I think... you know, obviously he is a complete bellend, and most people know he's full of crap, but some silly people don't believe some of the stuff he says, so someone needs to speak up. Oh, I'd rather not have to. I'd rather not have to. Don't need all this negativity, but someone's got to put the truth out there, because some dumbasses will just take what he says at face value. Sandra, I just wanted to say I have a cousin who is on the carnivore diet. Oh, God, 2 years, 21 years old. And his doctor said he has high bad cholesterol. Shocker. He refuses to stop eating that way because doctors are bad. I mean, they are quite clueless oftentimes about nutrition particularly. But some things are just undeniable, and like an elevated serum LDL will F you up. There's just mountains of science like proving it irrevocably. There's no, it's a foregone conclusion at this point. If your serum LDL is elevated, regardless of what your HDL is doing, because that is not a causal factor of good heart health. It just tends to go along with it. But people with genetically high HDL have no less risk of heart disease, so-called Mendelian randomization studies. So we know that that's irrelevant. So yeah, the only thing to worry about is your LDL. And if it's above 70 milligrams per deciliter or 1.5 millimoles per litre if you're in the UK, you're getting heart disease. God. I get it, because, you know, the medical profession mainstream can be quite clueless on some things, but some things are undeniable. And that is the #1 cause of death in humans. So, yeah, he's a very silly boy. Bjorn the Viking, welcome to the Herbivore Army, soldier. I'm going to put you in the Berserker division, because I think you'll do well there. Of course, we will have a synthetic bearskin coat for you. Thanks for joining, Bjorn. That's really kind of you. Really appreciate it. And good to have you on board. Sandra, he also believes vegetables are bad and causes disease, so major oof. Oh my God. Even that fool Blaha says that like 99% of studies show that fruits and vegetables are very definitely very good for us. Jesus Christ. Go Vegan Jackson. Sergeant Jackson, I've not seen you for a while. How are you doing? Sorry, I've been away for so long. Been working evenings in the gym and not usually up this time of day either. Yep, it's totally understandable. Sadly lost my dad back in June. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. So kind of taken over things too. Yeah, I've lost both my parents. My dad when I was 21. That's hard, man. Can we send Go Vegan Jackson some love, please, everybody? I can do 20 hench hearts. They're worth 50 normal hearts, as I am fond of saying. Bjorn with a great use of emojis there. Private Bjorn. Private Ironsides with their plant-based gains biceps and the herbivore army soldier. We need to do like a Viking version for you. Sergeant Angharad, she's in the hizzy. Good morning, everyone, from my mam, Fudge, and I. Good to see you guys, and of course, a great use of emojis, as you'd come to expect from young Angharad. Oh, and do subscribe to her channel. Green tea with lemon today, if you're wondering. Owen Samurai, I'm surprised you did a response to Jason Blaha. He is widely discredited outright. Oh, he is a widely discredited outright liar. Yes, I am fully aware. He poses as an expert, but just regurgitates what he reads on Google and constantly contradicts himself. Yep, no doubt. At least that was my experience of him years ago when I stopped watching him. Take shots at anything / anyone to try and get response videos so he gets more views. I see your point, but you know, if no one puts out counter videos, he's got 111,000 followers. He's got twice my following. So if no one counters that, a lot of people are just going to believe the complete BS. So that's my defense. Jago Bago, good morning. Eliza the vegan, subscribe to her as well. She's flipping great. And the General Mooncat, the vegan Mooncat, he's great. We did a lovely live stream last night, didn't we, Mooncat? Can you tell all the boys and girls about it? That's you can watch the replay on the Vegan Mooncat channel. Hang on, let's just get it. I think it went rather swimmingly. Oh, I've got the hick-me-ups. No, I haven't. I've just got a weird thing going on. What even is that? Yeah, so if you want to check out the video later on, me, Mooncat Vegan Yak, talking about are vegans less likely to commit crimes? The result was uncertain. well, we did come to a couple of conclusions. It was a mixed bag of results. Jason Blah, baby. Shaggy. Morning, you cute and handsome fella. Oh, yeah, and Hench. Yeah, right. Let's see what you're doing. How dare you? Michael Ends in the hizzy. Good to see you again. A whole lot of love. And Aslan Fulgor is here. Good morning, my good people. Hope you're all doing well today. We hope you're doing well. Yeah, how is everyone doing? What are you up to today? How's things? Ren Atkins. Ren Atkins. That is a cool name. One of my former PT clients had a daughter called Ren. I think that's a brilliant name. I don't know if I've seen you in the chat before, Ren. Have I? Where are you? How's the vegan scene there? And how are you doing? And thanks for joining. And sorry if you have chatted before. It's because I don't eat no meat. My brain don't work. Obvs. Oh. So I've just scored an interview with the world openweight Lethwei champion. Have you guys heard of Lethwei? You may have done if you watched David Ram's recent interview. Other than that, likely you wouldn't have done unless you've been to Myanmar or if you know your Burmese history. It's basically, it's I think the most brutal, savage fighting art that there is. It's no gloves. It's like Thai boxing, like you can use punches, kicks, elbows, knees. You can also use headbutts. You can also really pick people up and slam them into the canvas like suplexes and all kinds of crazy wrestling moves. And he is the world openweight champion, so he would have to fight anyone of any size. Vegan. He's a vegan activist as well. He's a real passionate, lovely guy. But, yeah, you wouldn't want to mess with him. I really love it when a fighter is compassionate. I think that's huge. So I've met a few fighters in my time. Oftentimes while I was working as a doorman, and many's the time where they will be like a bully and a bit of a problem. But I can't imagine him being that way. He seems fantastic. Mooncat, I enjoyed the stream a lot. It's always amazing to hang out with you, Paul. And Vegan Yak is also he's a good person. That's for damn sure. Aslan wasn't able to make sure Mooncat stream, dealing with some personal problems. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope things aren't too bad for you, bless you. Timmy, Alpha Destiny is another example of a strong vegan. Yeah, I forgot he went vegan. Yeah, maybe I need to hit him up sooner or later. Interesting. Michael Ends. Hi, Hench. Would you say muscle soreness is a necessity for building muscle, even for beginners? No. I would say for a beginner, it's probably indicative that you're doing enough. But yeah, it's kind of a byproduct and not the goal in and of itself. And like now, you know, I've been training 32 years. Like my chest will be super sore from training. My shoulders will never be sore from training. Like it's just weird. It's just weird. But yeah, but both grow like just as rapidly as each other. Like it, yeah. It's no indicator really. I do like to be mega sore because I think, oh yeah, I've done a lot of work there. But actually, having said that, because I used to train once a week on body parts, so I now train twice a week. You don't want to be mega sore because you want to be recovered in time for the next workout, which is like, I don't know, sort of 4 or 5 days later. Yeah, 4 or 5 days. Ren, good day, Paul. I'm in Australia. Nice. This is why I like coming on in the mornings. I've only managed to catch one live previously. Well, good to have you. Where in Australia are you? How's the vegan scene there? And yeah, you guys are my 3rd biggest following. So I'm really grateful to get to hang out with some of you and say thank you for supporting my work. Michael Lenz, as a MMA fighter, how much experience do you have with judo and judo? So I wouldn't call myself an MMA fighter. I did train in MMA, and I did some judo. I never did like specific judo lessons at a club, but at BJJ they would sometimes get a judoka in, and we would practice because they're like the best at sort of throws, aren't they? Kind of grappling, you know, like Oriental type grappling. They're more the kind of specialists. And we did a little bit in with years ago when UFC first came about. I joined a club which was called Shoot Fighting, and there were judo throws in the curriculum there, but like no-gi versions of them. But yeah, not a whole lot. Very sophisticated, very, very good art. Ankarad brings up a good point. Oh, god damn. John Galt, did you know that barley was the staple or food of ancient Spartans and gladiators? Know about Spartans, gladiators, certainly. They were known as the barley men, weren't they? Yeah, they ate basically legumes and grains. And, you know, they were slaves. Like, they wouldn't be getting meat to eat. They were slaves. They would just get, like, plants. Shaggy guessed correctly that it is David Leduc that I'm interviewing. Oh, what's some good questions? What is some good questions? I'm going to ask him all about Lethway and how. Do you know the only way to win is by knockout? But you don't just do it once. If the guy comes round in time and gets back to his feet and wants to have another go, you carry on. That's crazy. It's absolutely mental. Yeah, what's some good questions to ask a vegan Lethway champion? I'm going to go more down the side of talking about the sport, the training, and nutrition, and how, you know, how does he eat, and how, if at all, does it affect his performance, recovery, that sort of thing. Sugar. I don't have methylcobalamin available. Is it good enough? Probably. Dr. Greger points to one study where methylcobalamin didn't work for one person once. But I think more often it'd be the other way around. Like with the two basic sort of versions, isn't it? Methylcobalamin and just straight cobalamin, which our bodies need to methylate in order to make it into methylcobalamin, which is the active version. Some people can't methylate. They have that, what's that called? MHT, methyl tetrahydroxyl reductase deficiency. Forgot the name of it. Basically, some people need to have a methylated version of B12 and folate. But I think you would know all about it if you required it, because I think you would be quite sick and you would need a supplement. Your doctor would be sorting it out for you. But yeah, most, I think, whole foods, plant-based doctors recommend methyl over cyano. Dr. Greger actually goes the other way, though. Ricky, do you take any probiotic supplements? No, they're not that important, really. More important are prebiotics. You will have bacteria, like these so-called probiotics. You will have them in the gut. It's a matter of feeding them. So, some people could take massive probiotic supplements, but if they're not eating the prebiotics, they're just going to die really quick, and it'll be a waste of time. But you've already got them in there. They actually come in on the foods that they eat. So just eat a range of whole grains, legumes, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, herbs and spices, and you're going to have the soluble fibre, the resistant starches, the polyphenols. That are the prebiotics. Prebiotics are the key. I mean, if you've had a terrible bacterial infection, if you've had a harsh course of antibiotics that killed off your gut microbiome, yeah, I think then there's very much so a case for putting in probiotics. But most of them are rubbish. They're kind of 5 billion little bacteria in a capsule, and you might think, God, that sounds like a lot. It's nothing. It's like a drop in the ocean. And I've heard some experts say, really, to make any clinical difference actually in the gut, you really need hundreds of billions, up to trillions. We have 38 trillion bacteria, I think, on average in the human colon. So 5 billion, you basically, it is a drop in the ocean, as I say. They're expensive as well. You really want a high-end one. And even the high-end ones, they may have 6-8 different strains. You want hundreds of different strains in order to be optimized. So, yeah. If I'd had a harsh course of antibiotics or an infection, as I say, yeah, I would probably go to that expense. Probably even more importantly, I might put in things like kimchi, sauerkraut, like a good quality sauerkraut. Obviously, that's unpasteurized because heating kills the bacteria. They can have up to 700 different strains in there. So that's going to do a lot of good for your health potential. January. I love that name so much. I saw you using almond powder. Is it worth to get? Hell yeah. Or is it equal to acai? It's the most powerful food in the world in terms of antioxidants. I guess acai may be, well, I was going to say the most antioxidant rich fruit, but actually amla is a fruit. It's Indian gooseberry. But yeah, acai is well up there. But yeah, amla is going to be more powerful and it's going to be a lot cheaper. It's like pennies. It's pennies. So I like it. 1 or 2 teaspoons a day. Ren, I'm in Victoria. Vegan scene here is kicking off. Nice. It's really easy to eat a whole foods plant-based diet. Oh, and is that how you eat? I'm guessing if you've said that maybe that's the way you eat. If so, good on you. And lots of vegan options popping up to help people transitioning or try alternatives. I have big hopes. Me too. That's fantastic, Ren. Good to hear. Shabadeep. Do you believe in lower carb vegan diet? No. I think cut carbs, cut life. That's how I really look at it. High carb for me, as witnessed by, say, the Blue Zone studies. You know, the longest lived people on record that can now into the 1940s, they ate 85% of their diet as carbohydrate. So why anyone would go keto and go the opposite way from the longest lived people, I've got absolutely no idea. Even a vegan version, you know, all right, you're not got, if you're going whole foods, which I'm not even sure how easy that would be, but you're not going to have the horrible saturates in there. But still, like, it's not going to be as nutrient dense. It's going to, like, slow you down. You're not going to be as, like, energized and sprightly. So it seems daft to me. And it'll be expensive as well, I should think. Michael, something interesting to ask. Probably the difference between Thai and Lethwei, and what Lethwei practitioners can learn from Thai boxers and stand-up striking arts. Yeah. Okay, good stuff. Oh, I'm well smart. Thank you, Shaggy. That's very kind. Humphrey Bubbles, the man with the best name. Our vegan loaves keep turning out gooey. Do we have to keep them in the oven twice as long, or is my mum just mixing up the ingredients? I've never made bread, so I'm afraid I couldn't tell you. I'm afraid I couldn't tell. Super chat. Shout it, Shabba-deep. With your lovely Indian traditional headwear, you look fantastic. Very regal. $4.99 on the super chat. No question. No question. He's just supporting his local neighbourhood vegan YouTuber out of the kindness of his heart. You lovely man. I went to a Hare Krishna wedding this time last week. It was the most amazing thing I ever went to. It's so... Oh, it's all love and all the colour and... Oh, the ceremony. It was beautiful. The last time I looked, they live streamed it on Facebook. I'll tell you how good this wedding was. It had something like 6.4 million views. 6.4 million. I'm guessing it's probably like, I'm going to have to take a look now because I've piqued my interest. Come on, Facebook, or Faceache as I call it. So that was my friends at Namaste Village restaurant. Best food I've ever eaten, by the way. Best food I've ever eaten. And just lovely people. How do I... Oh, I can't see how many views it's had now. What if I keep going? No. No. Ah, no. Well, that might be it, but it doesn't say how many views, but it said 1,100 plus shares. That's for sure. Anyway, brilliant people. I very much want to get over to India. That's well and truly on the bucket list. I think it's a fantastic culture. January, do you have a favourite brand for Armla? No, it's pretty ubiquitous, really. I think none of it tends to be contaminated. A lot, apparently, quite a few Ayurvedic medicines can be contaminated with things like lead, but Armla is one of those that tends to be safe. I've not heard of anyone having a problem with Armla, so I think, yeah, it's cheap as chips. I think I pay about £1.50 for like a pack of it. It lasts forever, lasts ages. Jan or Yan, prebiotic capsules can be used to make some nutseed cheese recipes. Yes, indeed. They sort of give that tangy electrical feeling in your mouth, don't they? That's really good. Right bread in the hizzy. Good day, Green Giant, and all watching. Have a great week. You too, my friend. That made me chuckle. Ren, yep, I eat whole foods, plant-based, with the occasional vegan treats to keep me sane. Well, if you're doing majority whole foods, plant-based, that can't be too bad, can it? So, good for you. What inspired you to go down that route? Did you watch a film or read a book, or was it nutrition facts? How did you come to find out about it? Shabba-deep. Thank you, brother. You are very welcome. Sing is king. That's a very cool name then. Yeah, my friends who got married, they said that they are basically king and queen for the day. That's how it's called and how they're kind of looked on. And I think that's lovely. I think that's really beautiful. Well, just talking about names just reminded me of something. Years ago, I worked in a shopping mall as a security guard. And one guy who worked on one of the stores there, sort of a stall it was in the middle of the walkway, he told me that his name was Ariel. And I thought, oh, the Little Mermaid. And he said, oh, it's Hebrew for God's lion. And I thought, whoa, that's a pretty cool name. Ricky, I'm not sure how much D3 to take daily. If you're not getting sun, the science suggests around 2,000 IUs should be about the peak of the bell curve for your average adult. Of course, like what does average mean? You're better off dosing via blood tests. But for the vast majority of people, 2,000 IUs a day shouldn't be far out. Like, it's probably not something to really concern yourself with. If you're getting sun that day, well, then you don't need to take it that day. If you've already got adequate vitamin D in the blood, your body will actually stop producing it from your cholesterol, from the action of the sunlight. So, not such a concern that you might, have toxic levels in you, because it is fat soluble. It does become toxic at high doses. Morning, Lolly. Good to see you. Sorry I missed your comment. Ren, hey, Paul, have you read Simon Hill's book, The Proof is in the Plants? No. I'm surprised he didn't send it to me. I'm a bit too... I normally get sent all the books, and I think I'm a bit too stingy. I got... this year, I think I got the Scherzai's book, Dr. Gemma Newman. Earlier on was Will Bulsevic's, wasn't it? And then Alan Desmond. And Simon did chat to me on Messenger. We was chatting about something. I was sure he would send it over, but no, he's forgotten me. And I'm in a right huff now. I refuse to read it. Also, I'm just cheap. Jabadeep, just supporting this awesome channel. Thank you. Glad to see a great vegan channel. This is amazing. And you're amazing, my brother, for being so kind and so loving. I just find, not to stereotype. I mean, I suppose this is a positive stereotype, but the Indian people in my life are just all fantastic. Just really warm and loving and generous and genuine. And I often feel closer to them than I do my own family. I think that's the thing with Indian culture, isn't it? Like, it's very family orientated, and I think that's important. We should all be looking out for each other, and I think that's just such a good culture. We actually said, and I asked the priest, and he said it would be okay, but me and Gemma actually said, if, when we get married, if we were to have like a sort of religious ceremony, like this Hare Krishna one sort of resonated with us more. Like it was just, I don't know, just all the ritual, and the priest was explaining the meaning behind everything, and it just resonated with us. We thought it was just lovely sentiments. And so Shabadeep, so I take it you're obviously vegan. How long have you been vegan for? And where in the world are you? How's the vegan scene? I know in India, isn't it? There's a lot less meat eating takes place in India, so you're sort of off to a good start. Morning.
Hi, Nobby. Hi, everyone.
Hello, everybody. Pris Venkin. It's a good name. Do you use supplements as in protein powder or other muscle building staple foods? Yeah, so I use a couple of scoops of Viva Life Perform protein powder. I find that to be the most efficacious. I also use the micronized creatine. Yeah, very efficacious. So link below if you want to try those out. 10% off, code HENCH10. How do you view this in regards to whole foods plant-based diet? Well, of course, it's the total opposite of a whole foods plant-based diet. It's processed food. So yeah, it's not optimal for health. So, but you know, I'm not trying to just be healthy. I'm also trying to be big and ripped. So I'm trying to kind of marry the two. I'm trying to, you know, do well at bodybuilding, but also live as well as I can, given the disability that I am doing bodybuilding, which inherently isn't a healthy pursuit, really. I think the amount of calories you have to eat, you know, it's an inherently unhealthy thing. But I would, you know, put my health up against any other bodybuilder eating like a meat-based diet, and I would think I ought to blow them out of the water, really, don't I? So, yep. Super chat. Ricky with his water buffalo kindly donated $4.99 US on the super chat. There's no question. No, Ricky's got no question. He's just supporting his local neighbourhood vegan YouTuber out of the kindness of his heart, and I appreciate him immensely. As I always say, if it's not for you guys, this wouldn't be my life, and I'd have to have a life of not being of service, not living my purpose, and I can't imagine anything worse. I really can't. I think I'd rather have my head chopped off. Dragon's Angel 007. That was meant to be a dragon. That sounded more like a... don't know what that was. Do you grow your own veg and fruit? No, I don't have time. I'm too busy poncing around in front of a camera, looking handsome. But yeah, I'd like to. I would like to. I think it would add a good dimension to the channel. I guess once I'm minted off this YouTube money, we'll get a gardener, and then I'll just pretend that I did it, and I'll get him to tell me like what to say on the video, and yeah, we'll go that way. It's the only way I can see myself having time. Oh, super chat. Why has that not come up on the screen? Oh, it has. Oh, Chris, thank you. €3.49 on the super chats. No question. You're just supporting your local neighbourhood vegan YouTuber. Thanks for answering my question. You're very welcome. Chris, I don't think I've seen you in the chat before, have I? Where in the world are you? How's the vegan scene there? And how are you doing, my friend? And thank you so much for joining and for the kind donation. That really helps out. Bless your heart. Lovely person. Shaggy, what's your favourite spread on bread? It's Gemma's sunflower seed spread. We did a video entitled Sunflower Seed Cheese Spread. So you can look for that on the channel. If you just omit the nutritional yeast. By the way, we need to get nutritional yeast.
Oh God! What vegans
we needed to hand our vegan cards in. Yeah, if you take that out, it's basically sunflower seed spread, but it's not hydrogenated. It's not got any like nasties in there. It's just whole foods, and it's mostly sunflower seeds like churned up with a couple of other things. So that would be my very favourite. Mashed avocado works well. Hummus, of course. need I say? What are you guys' favourite healthy things to spread as a vegan? Shabadeep, that's awesome. Singh actually means lion too. How dare you have like all the cool names? The women keep the last name Core Lioness, and men have Singh Lion in the Sikh religion. Interesting. I like that. I love finding out stuff. Ren, I went plant-based because I had autoimmune hepatitis. Not anymore. I didn't even know there was an autoimmune version of hepatitis, and I certainly didn't know that it was reversible with a plant-based diet. That's really interesting. Wow. Yeah, and once I stopped eating animal products, I was horrified by the cruelty I've been contributing. Yeah, of course, once you sort of go vegan, then I guess you look around on sites, and for me, like I went plant-based basically for my health, but accidentally I saw on vegan websites the horrors. And here I am, trying to undo all the harm I did back when I didn't know better. Oh. Tell us a bit more about that, Ben. I'm very, very interested. So, yeah, how long was that like pestering you? And then is it very definitely that the plant-based nutrition that reversed it? What did doctors and things say? Just if you're happy to talk about it, I would just like to know all of the things, because this is great ammunition when we try to advocate for people eating this diet. So it's really good stuff to hear about. Not anymore. I love it. Not anymore. Shaggy, heard tomato in non-BPA tins can affect the endocrine system. So BPA has these xenoestrogens that can disrupt the endocrine system. Sometimes they replace that with different plastics because people worry about BPA. But and I think some of them are probably better. I don't know which they would be, but certainly BPF and BPS actually are more toxic than BPA. So yeah, and because tomatoes are so acidic, that it does make some of the plastic leach into the tomatoes. I mean, I'll be honest, I use canned tomatoes on occasion. I've not grown breasts, so, but then I don't eat a whole load of them, and certainly not all the time. So,
who asked that question?
What?
Who asked that question?
What?
That one you just answered. I was just a bit confused because of the way you said his name.
Shaggy.
Him. Oh, yeah. Now I get him.
Because I didn't do it in that comedy way. Oh God. Shabadee. The Sikhs actually believe the reason for the turban is to have the look of a lion. Nice. Yeah, the mane. It does look super cool. Wolf hugs. Morning, lovely. And morning, you lovely. You're very kind. Have you visited India? No, but it's well and truly on the bucket list. I shall go there sooner or later. I shall go there. Vegan Potterhead in the hizzy. Good to see you, lovely. Eliza and Sugar say hello. Shabadeep was actually born and raised in Cali. Nice. I'd love to visit California as well. I've been vegan for about 6 months. Still new to the vegan scene, but feel amazing. Very good. Very good. That's what we like to hear. Thomas, my mother was telling me a story about how she was upset that a cat killed a beautiful pigeon living in a yard right after she ate a chicken. The cognitive dissonance is real. Yep. White bread. The name white bread just means I'm 90% white, 10% Iberia. Very good. Very good. Yeah, I had no clue that was the angle you were going for. I get it now. An English muffin. Shabadik, my family is vegetarian, but they consume dairy, as dairy is revered as a superfood. Yep, I just substitute everything with soy milk and coconut oil. Just to warn you, Shabadeep, in case this is of interest to you, there's science to suggest that coconut oil is as harmful for the heart. Well, actually, it's worse than beef fat. It's got these long and very long chain triglycerides, and they're actually 92% of the constituent is those. Clever, well, insidious, like marketers say, oh, it's healthy, it's medium chain triglycerides. Well, no, it's 8% medium chain triglycerides, 92% long and very long chain. If you're interested, I mean, don't just take anything I say at face value, obviously. I wouldn't ever say to do that with anyone. But if you go over to nutritionfacts.org, there's a website or the YouTube channel. And if you type in coconut oil or coconut playlist, there's a whole list of videos, and they go through all the science proving that it's a good way to get heart disease. It's actually worse than beef fat. Not as bad as butter, which is not as bad as ghee. You know, well, you know what ghee is. You're Indian. or of descent. Yeah, and they cite the study, so you can go and look for yourself. But yeah, I'd really, for heart health, if you want my opinion, maybe you don't know who I am yet, so why would you listen to me? You don't know like my background or my training or whatever. But yeah, I would recommend looking into that. That's one thing that I do swerve completely. Coconut oil, cocoa butter, palm oil and palm kernel oil. These are 4 vegan sources of fats that raise serum LDL, which is the only critical risk factor for heart disease. So-called tropical fat or tropical oils. So the reason I went whole foods plant-based was to avoid heart disease. The biggest killer of vegans is still heart disease, and I think things like coconut oil are the reason, because you can avoid it with a whole foods plant-based diet. Some people say you can even reverse it. You can certainly reverse the symptoms at the very least. So interesting. So we were talking about heart disease. Demi, advice for someone who has had a heart attack. Nutritionally, immediately go to a whole foods plant-based diet. I would get oils completely out, particularly the 4 types of fats that I just mentioned. Yeah, higher carb, lower fat, no more than like 10-15% of calories from fat, depending on, if you are eating a small amount of calories, I'd go 15%. If you're eating loads of calories, then you only need like 10%. You may even be able to get away with less, but make sure you've got your minimum of essential fatty acids. Particular foods to emphasize would be dark leafy greens, beetroot. These contain the most nitric oxide producing foods, so they're vasodilators, so they're opening up the blood vessels. Other great foods would be the amla powder we mentioned earlier, which is from the Ayurvedic tradition. That lowers your cholesterol. Does loads of great things. There's such a powerful food. Hibiscus tea, up to like 1 quart per day. No more, because it's very high in manganese, but that can really help. Hibiscus tea. And then the beta-glucan rich foods, all the different mushrooms. Oats are particularly good. Obviously, once you get the all clear from your doctor, like some light exercise, you know, you don't want to be pushing things though. Well, you probably wouldn't be able to like early on anyway. But yeah, just all the good lifestyle habits, minimize stress, get some meditation on the go. Cold therapy, breath work's good. Yeah. And kind of know, likely, if you really take charge of your lifestyle, particularly nutrition, but all the other aspects, likely you don't need to suffer another one. But you need to take it seriously, and you need to do all the good things. Josh Jones in the house. Morning. How's your son getting on with his plant-based journey? Yeah, fine. I spoke to him a couple of days ago. He said he's really enjoying it. He's been taking photos of his meals, and we'll do a follow-up video at some point in the future. Yeah, and we'll just do a little interview, ask him how he's finding it, have a look at what he's been eating, see if he's had any any stumbling blocks. What would you guys like to see in the video? What would you guys like to see? And I'll try and get it all in there. Vegan pothead. How to tell my family about animal products being linked to strokes at a funeral. I don't know. I don't know if it's the best time. I understand why you'd want to. I'm going to my uncle Stone's setting because he died of a stroke, and everyone there, apart from me, eats animals. I wonder if it's the wrong time, but I wonder if after the fact you follow up. And I would predicate it with, I would email and I would say, look, I love you and I don't want anything to happen to you unnecessarily. And here's a great video by nutritionfacts.org all about the science of how this is kind of a choice. Yeah, I think that's how I would do it. I don't think I would do it there. That sounds like that might be quite inflammatory. I guess it depends on how is your relationship with your family. But I'm guessing the fact that you're kind of asking means that you're a bit kind of iffy about it. Is that fair to say? So, yeah, I don't think I'd do it there. Although, obviously, of course, the sooner the better, because we don't want others to bloody die. It's so hard, isn't it? It's so hard when you know the truth and you know your loved ones are not getting the message. Emptiness. I live on the Thai-Laos border. Our small town, Nong Khai, has 5 vegan restaurants. What? Wow. They also sell vegan supplies for home. I'm 55, 37 years vegan. That is a long time. When I went vegan in the 1980s, we were freaks in Australia. Let's give Emptiness some rounds of applauses, please, everyone. Being vegan 37 years, that's crazy. I don't know if I can find my emojis very well. I'll give you a round of applause the old-fashioned way. Bloody hell! Yeah, I knew Thailand was pretty good for vegans. Nong Khai, is it? 5 vegan restaurants in a small town. That's brilliant. And vegan supplies. Great. Well done, you. Well done, you. That must have been difficult in the 80s in Australia. I can't imagine. That must have been super difficult. Well done, you. That's all I can say. Pris, I follow you from the Netherlands on Instagram. Right, finally caught up on YouTube. Vegan scene is getting better. Nice. We have a political party just defending the animals. So again, that's brilliant. Thomas, is there anything you're aware of in typical pre-workouts that might not be vegan? I'm thinking of stuff like L-citrulline, not sure where it comes from. I imagine that's probably synthetic. I don't know, but yeah, it would be unusual. Of course, if you got like things like whey protein and stuff, you know, added in certain like, I don't know, pre-workouts or something, you watch out for that. I think by and large they would be vegan, but you probably want to check everything. But yeah, normally most things like creatine now could have been made from human hair years ago, but typically it's synthetically made now. Spread hummus, not hate. Yep, I like that. Oh, you meant afterwards. Yeah, I would say as tactfully as possible and as gently. Yeah. It's hard. It's so hard with friends and family, and oftentimes they need to hear it from someone else.
Good morning, everyone. My nan had a heart attack, and I bought her How Not to Die by Michael Greger. And it felt like a difficult book to give her because it's called like How Not to Die, and it's obviously a sensitive time to be told, you know, to have a book with that title. So I wasn't in that moment. I wasn't so keen on him calling it that. But yeah, but and she was like, oh, okay, yeah, great. And then she put it in a drawer, and I've never seen it out or her read it or anything. So I think that's where it stayed. So it's hard, isn't it?
You just can't help some people, can you?
You care about people, but I don't know. Do they just not believe the power of nutrition? Because if they did, like maybe they'd do it. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, super chat. Vegan Mooncat very kindly donated 2 Great British pounds. Beans for one of my favourite humans I've ever met. Oh, I love you, man. Bless ya. He's good people. No question. Just supporting my toast adornments. Mooncat brings up a good point. Refried beans. I forget what we were talking about. Oh, spread on spread on bread. Right, refried beans, black bean and salsa. Interesting. Avocado, red pepper, pesto. Using almonds, nice. Excuse me, January. No, I never drink coffee. I used to go crazy on coffee, like caffeine tablets. Overdid it. I now have like a couple of. I either have normally I have a matcha in the morning, and then later in the day I'll have like a green tea. But that's it. And they're just a bit more nutritionally dense and a little kinder to me. Alid is in the hizzy. Mirror of Truth. Good to see you. Nolan rages fully. Morning from Cossie. I know Cossie well. I used to teach karate at the high school. Is that Richmond Road? And my sister, who I saw on the weekend, she lives in Old Cossie on the Croft, if you know it. Oh, how are you doing, Nolan? Thanks for joining. And yeah, how's things? How's Cossie? I do love Cossie. I love that woods. I think that's halfway up the Croft. And there's a big old woods. I don't know what it's called. It's really nice. Mirror of Truth grows tomatoes. I'm jealous. Zoe Jeffery, good to see you. How are you doing? Jack the Gamer, same to you. How are you? Michael Enns, what are your favourite legumes to all of you? For me, it's currently chickpeas. They are very good. As for my salads, does cooking beans make a big difference? So if you're eating them, they have already been cooked. If they've not been cooked, they're very hard. One, they'll break your teeth, and two, if you manage to eat them, you may die of lectin poisoning. So, yeah, I wouldn't recommend trying to eat uncooked beans. I think you mean like heating them, or the fact is they've already been heated if you're eating them. You know, if you've got them out of a can or Tetra Pak or whatever. Yeah, so that's all good. Dragons Angel, are you still going to vegan camp out? Yes, and if so, who are you hoping to see there, i.e. those vegan guys? I saw them at previous camp out. Yeah, they're really nice. I'm just hoping to meet all of you guys, really. My favourite thing about all this social media stuff is meeting my lovely supporters. It's my favourite thing. I don't really care about celebrities, or to be fair, I've met like most of them anyway. But I love meeting you guys. I love having hugs and taking pictures and just being able to put a face to a name, you know. It's all good. Like, I think we just hit 57,000 subs last night on YouTube, which is nice, but what does it mean? It's a number. Like, it don't really, in my brain, really equate to anything. I can't imagine. I imagine if I stood in front of 57,000 people, I'd think, bloody hell. But, like, it's, you know, really, it's a number on the screen. But when I actually get to see the individual faces and, you know, you chat to me and it's all love. It's like a load of friends I've never met. So, yeah, that's who I'm looking forward to meeting is you. That was vomit-inducing, wasn't it, everybody? Super chats. Jam it. I'm the lovely Australian friend with $2 on the super chats. Vegan for their animals with multiple other benefits. This is the great thing. When you do good for others, you get good back. It's a reciprocal universe. So I'm sure some good things will happen to you, Jam it, because of that kind donation. Bless your heart. No question. And then lovely Thomas Doherty as well. €5 on the super chat. You've changed my life. Wow. Before I discovered your channel, I had no idea a person could be vegan and strong. Traps for days. I take it you watched the latest video. Thank you. Thank you, brother. That's really kind of you to say. That makes me feel very, very good. And thanks for the kind donation. Right. 10 more minutes, guys. 10 more minutes. And I better get down the gym and work on I want traps for weeks. Oh, yeah, and are you guys coming to camp out? In case you don't know, me and Gemma started a Facebook community, which you can join. I'll just post it in the chat now. And either one or both of the days, we'll arrange a time and place, and we'll do a meet up. So we can all get to meet each other in one go. So if you happen to have a piece of camo clothing, like a hat or jacket or whatever, bring it along. It's not required. But I just think if we all do a big group photo, it'd just be fun if we have a bit of camo on, and that'll just create a bit of cohesion. And because I call this like the herbivore army, I just thought that would be nice. So... yeah. So, yeah, join the Facebook group and, yeah, come and meet us. I'll tell you what makes me really sad. I have a lovely time and I meet all the people and I'm so happy. And then, guaranteed, I will get a few messages. Saw you at camp out. I was too scared to say hello. And that makes me feel sad. I think, oh, that's another friend I could have met. But, you know, don't be scared of me. I know I look like a big, scary idiot, but I'm actually all right these days. And, like, I don't know, some people, you know, it's like the sort of celebrity thing, isn't it? But, like, I'm the same as you, but I just happen to turn a camera on. Like, I'm no different. I'm no better. Come and say hello, or I'll kick your head in. That probably didn't help, did it? Right, where was I? The Wind Walker is in the house. Thanks for joining. How are you? Shamadeep, if you ever want to come through here, California, you're always welcome. Thank you. Show you some amazing vegan dishes. I'm hoping to get to Cali at some point. I don't know when it'll be, but yeah, I will take you up on that. That would be amazing. Hench, one of the best human beings. Thanks, Shaggy. You're welcome, Shabadeep. You're very welcome. Ren, I also had rheumatoid arthritis, also autoimmune. Yep, which has gone as well. Yeah, I've actually seen people almost reversed, or certainly reversing the symptoms of osteoarthritis, let alone rheumatoid, which very much is based on kind of inflammation, isn't it? Both only came in on a few years ago. Hard to prove a causal link, yeah, between diet and reversal, but either way, not going back. Yeah, so... yeah, that's the only thing you changed, and yeah, all of a sudden you're all cured. So I think it's pretty obvious, but yeah, it's sometimes, you know, it can be a bit of a jump. I know what you're saying, but you know, if you have enough people reporting this, like so my eyesight is more than twice as strong as when I first went plant-based, and that came out in Daily Mail online, and so many people commented underneath the article, me too, me too, me too. The plural of anecdote is data. That's a phrase. January, do you think using a few drops of a natural sweetener like monk fruit or stevia once in a while is unhealthful? What's the deal with monk fruit? Is that not just a fruit? Stevia certainly is a leaf extract, isn't it? So it's not like a whole food. And certainly there are negatives to stevia. If you take a high enough dose, it causes mutagenic damage of like DNA. What's the deal with monk fruit? Is it just a dried fruit?
I don't know. That's my answer to that. If you were asking me.
There is no sugar in pure monk fruit. Oh, it is an extract. No harmful side effects. Monk fruit sweetness to generally be regarded as safe according to the FDA. I don't really know. Out of the two, I would go more towards monk fruit possibly, because I know stevia does have some negatives. Of course, it's the dose that makes it poison, but what we can definitely say is it's not as helpful as like the whole foods. It's probably not optimal, I would say, at the very least. Shabadeep, are you familiar with Southall? No, I have family over there. Some family in Birmingham. Yeah, I know Birmingham area. So definitely a turban. Definitely tie a turban one of these days for you, brother. Bless your heart. Josh, for the vid on your son, I'd love to see a video of one of his supermarket shops once he's been without you. See how much he's learned. Okay. Josh, which is your favourite bean? I've recently discovered roasted butter beans. They puff up and go nice and crispy, almost like popcorn. That sounds nice. I think butter beans are my favourite. I might have to try that. Anchorad says good morning, Gemma.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning. Windwalker, so glad I found you, Paul. Thanks for your positivity. Well, thank you for your kind, lovely words, and you are very, very welcome here. Mirror of Truth, is real name Hench? Yes. No. Hench means like big and muscular, like lean, like basically like a bodybuilder physique. And herbivore, obviously, someone who just eats one. So it's not actually meant to be my name, it's the channel name. But yeah, people just started calling me it for some reason. I was actually really skinny when I started, so I had to grow into the name. January, do you eat acai bowls? I have. It's not like a regular thing. I don't like bananas, so I always struggle with smoothie bowls. Yeah, that's the thing. Smoothie bowls bananas make a good base. But yeah, I have got packs of frozen acai, which you can just have that as the smoothie bowl. So I think that's probably the best way. Right, we're just about there. I really need to get to the gym. So, yeah, I think we'll leave it there today. Thanks, moderators, for keeping us troll-free. Thanks for the super chats today, guys. Keeping the beans on my toast, the walls from the doors, and the cameras rolling. If you want to optimize your nutrition, like your health, your longevity, perhaps the way you look, your body shape, your sports performance, download my free vegan e-guide, nutrition guide. It's called How to Eat Plant-Based Successfully. Complete overview, all the basics, everything you need to know in order to thrive. Completely free. So have a go at that. And then if you like that, if you decide that you really want to deep dive, if you want to know it all, we've just released our online nutrition course, which is 14 videos, massive PDFs, which you can download, print out, or 2 cookbooks. There's about 70 plus recipes in the whole course. And just each video on a different topic. It's basically everything I know about nutrition. It's everything Gemma knows about how to action it. There's loads of charts, just basically anything and everything you could ever need to know. It's all there. So if you really want to deep dive and become invincible as a vegan or as invincible as possible, yeah, check out our new online nutrition course, Ultimate Guide to Plant-Based Nutrition. Again, the link is below for that if you want to check that out. We've had some last minute super chats. You lovely people. Shabba Deep. $4.99 on the Sip Chats. Take care. It's 2 a.m. here in California. Get you to bed, you naughty boy. Keep up the good fight, boss. Thank you. I will do, brother. And thank you for joining and for being so kind and generous. And Bjorn, I might know he'd do a super chat to see me off. 30 knocks. Bye. No question. He's just a freaking awesome man. And I really appreciate him. See you later, guys. Have a fantastic day. Oh, what even day is it? Monday? I'll be on tonight with Gemma, 6 p.m. And then at 8 p.m, I'm interviewing that amazing fighter guy. It's David Leduc of Lethway. So, yeah, it's going to be a great evening. Anyway, so I hope to see you tonight, guys. All the best. Catch you later. Bye for now.